Book Creator is a great app for keeping in touch. It's available for Android and iPad, and we're looking at the iPad version here. The app lets us create content-rich texts that can be read in apps like books or on Kindle e-readers. The book can contain pictures from your photo library, images that you've taken with the camera or the video, and drawings that you've made. You can place videos on pages of the book that will play within the book. And you can also place sound files. We can add interactive elements like this map, which will open Google Maps within the book itself. This can allow us to control how our siblings interact with content. And once finished, they go back on the bookshelf where they can be accessed at any time, regardless of whether you're online or not. To create your book, just open the Book Creator app. You'll first come across the bookshelf where you'll see previous projects. But we're going to start a new book. You get a choice of templates. This one is in portrait. And we get our first blank page, which is the cover. We're looking for this plus sign, which will allow us to add content, and in this case, a photo. We can resize the image using these blue handles and also reposition it using the grid lines. We can add text in exactly the same way. And similarly reposition it. To change the appearance of an element, we need to use this inspector button. This will bring up various options depending on the item selected. For example, let's change the background by selecting the page and then going to the inspector and choosing one of the backgrounds. Pressing this chevron will allow us to add a new page. In this template, we automatically get the double page spread. Firstly, let's choose a nice background for our double page spread and then go back to the plus button. This time we're going to choose to use the camera, which we're going to rotate so that we can take a nice selfie. We could do a video selfie and leave a message for our sibling, but in this case I'll just use a still image. And I'm happy with the picture of myself. I'll add it to the page, resize it and reposition it. We also have a pen tool, which will allow us to add something a little more personalised, like a sketch or a doodle or a signature. We have various inks that we can use, a range of pens and styluses, an eraser, and even a tab to add some emojis to our book. Once we've added our sketch, it becomes an object which we can then resize and reposition. We can add pre-existing photos and videos by going to the plus button, selecting photos and choosing the stuff we want to use from our Photos app. Once added, this video can be resized and repositioned, and it will play full screen if the viewer chooses to do so. This is also a great way to familiarise people with new environments, new settings, new companions by interviewing them on video. We can also use the text tool to annotate the videos that we've used in our book. Other members of the family can add to the conversation by sending in their own sound files that we add to the book.
How you doing today?
The sound file icon can be displayed prominently alongside the picture. The play button in the corner allows us to preview the book and to see how it will appear when it's finished. As you can see here, we can turn the pages and we can interact with any items that are on those pages.
How you doing today?
I've recorded 2 sound files for this street scene. The first one of a car engine starting, and the other of birds singing. If we select the sound file icon and go to our inspector, we'll find this button which makes that sound file invisible in the finished book. We can then resize it to cover any area, and that area will make that sound when pressed. This is another great way to familiarise people with new environments, new situations and new companions, as well as having lots of applications for learning. If we go back to our preview now, you'll see that those icons are now invisible, but that the picture still makes those sounds when it's pressed. If we go back to our plus menu, we'll find lots of interesting items underneath the More tab. We can add shapes to our pictures and images. We can embed files such as important documents. We can add interactive maps to any of our pages. And we can embed content from the web such as YouTube. For this example, we'll add an interactive map of our next holiday destination. And maybe go back into here to find a shape to indicate where we're going to be staying. To send our book to our sibling, we need to tap My Books and go back to our bookshelf. From here, we can choose the Share button, and we need to export it as an EPUB because this will be read in iBooks and Kindles. From there, we open in Books. With the book now in our e-reader, we can flick through it with turning page effects, and we can email it from here to whoever we want to share it with. So here's our selfie, our video content, our sound files from the rest of the family.
How you doing today?
The view from our window. And something to look forward to.